First tonight, ballots are being counted right now for elections in our area and across the country. Thanks for watching us here on Queen City News at 10. I'm Brian Blakely.
And I'm Alicia Barnes. Several local races will have big impacts, including the very close vote for Charlotte City Council District 6.
That's right. Let's go ahead and take a look at the numbers right now. Longtime incumbent Republican Tariq Bokhari winning just a few moments ago by a razor-thin margin over Democratic challenger Stephanie Hand. Let's go ahead and bring in our Queen City News chief political analyst tonight, Khalif Rhodes.
And Khalif, looking at these numbers right here, I mean, this race has really gone back and forth between Republican Tariq Bokhari and Democrat Stephanie Hand. My numbers show me 11,698 for Tariq Bokhari, 11,346 for Stephanie Hand. That's a difference of 352. You might remember last year when they both competed again, Tariq Bokhari won by 357 votes. Very close race.
Yeah, I mean, you're only talking about a 5-vote difference over that time frame. And we got to take viewers back. We were only in that position because of the census data from 2020 came in late. City Council decided not to have an election that year. And so they had an election in 2022. That race, again, he won by 357 votes. And now we find ourselves in a race a whole nother year later in 352. And so it tells me a few things. It says that the district hasn't really changed that much in that short amount of time. And it probably shows that both candidates were able to tap into the base that supported them over that time, over the last year and a half.
You know, there certainly was a lot that was going on over the past few days as far as the Bokhari camp accusing Stephanie Hand of not managing the airport issue. He tried to bring that up, even had a banner out flying over today. It didn't seem that played much into this tonight.
It didn't. Obviously, you see that it didn't shift the pendulum either way. What I think was probably more telling in that race is that look at the folks that did not support and go forward as city council at-large candidates. There were no at-large candidates for the first time since 1975 for at-large. The GOP party said that they were going to make sure they put all of their efforts and energy to races that they know that they could win. This is one that they believe that they can win. Because the demographics have not changed significantly in that region of our county, it seems like there is a stronghold there for Bokhari to win that seat. And that's why those numbers haven't shifted. It will take a major shift in a lot of Democrats to move into the area to see anyone to give him a meaningful challenge past the numbers that we've seen.
And also, Khalif, I think it's important to be able to talk about the council as a whole. There's one other Republican, Ed Driggs, who is on the council right now. And Tariq Bokhari, when he ran his platform, he said he's able to get things done. He's better served by having a diverse view of that council. So it really shows you that there's more balance there on the Charlotte City Council. What are your thoughts?
I mean, diversity is extremely important. You want diversity of thought and you want diversity of individuals, but also you want a representation of the individuals that are in that community. While we have only seen in those off years 12 to 15% folks turn out to vote, of those folks that are turning out, they are supporting him in his district. And so what that tells me is that his base is strong and that the people that support him both financially and through voting will stand there and support him. As our county grows and as our city continues to grow, diversity in a number of ways will continue to be evident on the dais. But right now, the individuals that are supporting him and the things that he's doing, initiatives with bringing other types of business to that region of our city, but also being a person that brings a different perspective than his other Democratic counterparts is something that the folks in this region wanted to see. And I might add that to be able to be that close, she was very close to the 1% threshold to force a runoff. And so, I should say a recount. And so those are the types of things where a few years ago, it would have been an even larger margin. And so it does show that the district is shifting in that specific area, but he has a stronghold on it for now.
And it really also shows, Brian and Khalif, every vote counts. I mean, this race was very close. Again, we're reporting tonight that Tariq Bokhari has won the race for District 6. Again, very, very close. 11,698 votes to 11,346. A difference of 352 votes.
All right, chief political analyst Khalif Rhodes joining us tonight in that razor-thin race there. In the next half hour, Khalif, we're going to take a look at the Charlotte-Mecklenburg School Board of Education race and also the race for Huntersville Mayor. Khalif, we'll see you in just a bit. Thanks.